So every year I come on here to try to de-influence you from buying a bunch of stuff during the autumnal season. And so I am here, in fact, again, to do the same thing, but also give you some ideas of what to do during the autumn when you want to feel the autumn spirit, but you don't want to spend any money while doing it. I think the only thing on this list that you would technically be spending money on is some extra grocery items, perhaps, but that's if you don't already have all of these items at home. You know what I mean? But I kind of see that as your own prerogative and a casualty of the season, and also being a human that eats food. So really, at the end of the day, this is how to enjoy autumn without spending money. Okay, first off, I just want to address the fact that we don't have to spend money to have a good time. Don't let consumerism win, okay? You probably already have some fall decorations, or at least some things that you can have masquerading as fall decorations. Also, your life's not gonna fall apart if you don't decorate for a season, okay? If you really do like to decorate and you're in a tight place financially, you're on a no-buy, don't want consumerism to win, any of these reasons, all of the above, whatever, I have some ideas and suggestions for you. And a lot of these are very similar to the ones that I've done in previous years, but hey, guess what? I feel like I have to come on here and remind all of us, okay? Because the demon of consumerism really rears its ugly head, especially in the Northern Hemisphere and particularly in the United States, just about September, October, November, December. These 4 months that we're coming into right here, it's a dangerous time. Consumerism is at full tilt. So we need to protect our minds and spirits and wallets and have some ideas and things ready to go in the wings for when the demons are whispering in our ears, okay? The consumerism demons. We can do it, guys. Okay, so if you're really on that decoration kick and you really want to decorate and you either don't have any fall decorations or you just have a couple and you just really want to liven up your space a bit more, I think using what you already have, doing a little bit of a DIY is the best way to go about this. There are a lot of colors that kind of go into the theme of fall or autumn, or at least in my mind, that's how I feel about it. And there's a lot of things that you already own or can find very easily that you can use to decorate your home during this time. I would say the one option where you could spend money is buying one of those tiny little pumpkins from the grocery store that are really, really, really inexpensive, and they last the entire season, and then at the end you can compost them. For me, at the end of the day, it's really about, I don't want to be storing decorations, so I try to have as few of everything as possible. So that's just me. But if you're not that freaked out about it, then you can, make things work. But anyways, more ideas. If you get paper bags from the grocery store, you can use that to make paper goods. You can make little garland chains that kind of add to the autumnal coloring by painting them or using marker or whatever. You can also cut them out into little leaf shapes and make a leaf garland or something. You can also do that with crochet. I would say if you have yarn of any kind and know how to knit or crochet, this is the perfect time to do a fall themed craft, like making those little pumpkins or a little ghost or something along those lines. And this is a really good way to, first of all, use up what you already have, because I'm sure that a lot of us have a pretty large backstock, and also not spend money, spend time doing something fun and creative. It's just kind of a win on all fronts. Another thing that you can do that technically, if you don't have every single thing for this, you would be spending a tiny bit of money at the grocery store, but doing fall recipes. I cannot tell you how cozy I feel during the fall when I'm making a loaf of bread or making a pumpkin themed snack or whatever. And the only thing that I usually have to buy is a $2 can of pumpkin puree, and then everything else I already have. And the fall spirit is ramped up when I do something like that. I have so many recipes that I'm really, really excited to try this autumn. And if you guys are interested, I will take you along with my fall baking. I would love to do that. But yeah, I feel like I really get in the spirit when the entire apartment smells like something pumpkin-y or apple-y or cinnamon-y. You know what I mean? Or just a fresh loaf of bread. As you may know, I've recently started making sourdough, and there's nothing like a fresh loaf of bread, I can't tell ya. Another thing I love to do to get into the fall spirit personally is going to the library and finding a bunch of seasonal reads. I personally thrive in fall and winter when it comes to reading. I just love vampire romance and werewolf books and like thrillers, mysteries, dark academia. Ugh. It is the perfect time of year to be reading that. I don't know why it's really hard for me to get into dark academia when it's like full on summer. I don't know, I'm such a seasonal mood reader. So it's kind of like a double whammy. It needs to have like the perfect conditions for me to read a book. And during the fall, it's just perfect for the kind of genres that I really, really love to read. So getting into my fall TBR has definitely been getting me in the spirit of the fall season for sure. And I literally have been going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth to my library and getting everything that I needed. Actually, the other day I borrowed When Harry Met Sally from my library because it wasn't on any of the streaming services that Ray and I have. So I was like, hey, I'm not gonna pay for this. I'm gonna go check to see if they have it at the library. And guess what? They did. So we watched that and it was super fun. Like, stuff like that you don't think about. Go see if there's DVDs at your freaking library and watch a fun movie. Like, there's so many things to do. Also, speaking of that, in the same vein, watching fall themed movies is also a really easy way to get into the freaking spirit. You can rent the movies from your library, watch them on streaming services you already pay for. It's just a thing that's super easy to do. You know what I mean? Another thing that is totally free is painting your nails a fun fall themed color. And I'm guessing you probably already have nail polish that will fit the bill. I don't have a ton of nail polish colors, but I definitely have some that are great for fall. So I'm guessing you do too. Another great thing to do is to try to find a third space in or around your community. And what I mean by third space is a place where they don't charge you to go there and you can just kind of hang out and be, you know? You can go to a park, reading, hanging out with a friend, going on a walk, that kind of thing. Being outside or in a third space like a library. Recently, a handful of us from the Discord server actually went to Connecticut to an outdoor book space. It's called the Book Barn, and there's like a whole area that is totally free to go and hang out and read and like do whatever you want. And you don't have to buy a book or anything to just go in and read and hang out. So things like that, like go to a cool space that is free to visit and hang out in, and also just enjoying the way that the season's changing, if that's a thing that happens where you are. Essentially, just use the resources that are at your disposal. Use what you already have to make your space feel cozy by baking, crafting, setting the vibes. There's like lots of different things on YouTube that you can do, like ambiance. I love doing that. Lighting a candle that you already own, like all these things. We have a lot of things already, and we can use those things to make the space feel a bit cozier, but also going outside and appreciating what nature is giving us is a great way to appreciate the changing of the seasons. And at the end of the day, just know that the season is inside of you. So you really don't have to succumb to consumerism every time the season changes or some holiday pops around the corner. You just need to remember that the season's gonna be here whether you decorate for it or not. And it's up to you to feel the vibes. You know what I mean? And also, you will be shocked at how fast the seasons change. So whether or not you buy $200 worth of garbage at a big box store and set it out for 3 months is not gonna change the fact that in December, it is time to wrap it up and a new season and a new holiday is around the corner. So just hold out. I promise you will survive this season without buying things from Marshall's or wherever else you buy garbage, and everything's gonna be fine, okay? Anyways, until the next one, I'm sending you all my love because we're all just trying our best out here, okay? So don't be too hard on yourself. See you later.